Welcome to episode Fudd caliber of AK-47 Radio, bringing you the best of the motherland, but with fewer breadlines in actually somehow fewer famines. We have the Wheats.
The Wheatons.
What?
We do have Will Wheaton in this country. That's a problem.
Will Wheaton.
Although I have tried to figure out if he's actually Will Wheaton, I don't think he really is. That's the Comrade Commissar.
Hi, guys.
And down there at the bottom, we have Cosmonaut General Mikhail, who has just returned from a trip to the moon.
Right.
Unfortunately,
Hello.
It was the wrong moon.
It was just your mom's moon.
Just as
craterous, just as craterous, nearly as massive, smells way worse.
It took a while to traverse.
Definitely. I got one of those little lunar rovers, but it got stuck in one of the potholes so bad. And instead of like the moon is rock, right? And so if you get your lunar rover stuck in the rock on the moon, then it just is like it's broken in the rocks. But in your mom, unfortunately, it's alive. So the lunar rover just kind of gets sucked in over time, and it makes this squishy noise. And
it's like quick cellular.
Yeah, it's kind of gross, dude.
Yeah, lab, that's no moon. Well, at least the lunar rover was able to jump the Grand Canyon.
I'm sure gravity is worse on that moon too than it is on the actual moon.
Oh no.
You don't want to deal with the strange gases.
Either you guys, I might be the only Warhammer 40k nerd type here, right?
I know of its existence, and it seems like something I'd be into if I had time for another hobby, but I'm not going to judge you for liking it. It seems pretty cool to me.
Only into the lore. I don't play it. There's this, I don't remember who makes them. There's a series of parody videos. It's not Space King. Space King's awesome. But Flash Gets makes a parody of some Space Marines going down to a planet, and the planet turns out to not be a moon. It's a giant furry, and they land near a bottomless pit. It's nasty.
Jesus.
Yipes.
Like there's these giant white monsters. Like, oh god, those are tapeworms.
It's a white monster. I think you would like it.
All right, you can shut up now. Gross.
It is gross. Anyway, how y'all doing?
Doing all right. A bit tired, but
you don't have time to be tired.
You know, I do, because, okay, so here's the thing, right? I write my own schedule, more or less. I write the schedule for my section. And
why aren't you scheduling that?
I'm in charge of my section, therefore. So I applied for the time off, obviously, but I'm still going to write myself off for the time that's coming up tomorrow. We're leaving for goals. And
yay!
Being an absolute unit. Shut up. I'm an absolute unit of a dumbass and scheduled myself today. So I went into work just like, fuck, why did I do this? Why did I schedule myself? Why did I even bother? Like, I love my job. I love the people. But today I was like, why?
I also had to go into work today. It was
so fun. One of the guys I know that likes doing my job quite well. He works the other side, but he likes filling in when he can. And I was like, hey, you any chance you want to drive for me for like when do you get off? And he's like, 9 o'clock. You want to drive till 1? He's like, absolutely. And I was like, dude, sweet. So I had him drive for me, and I bailed, and I came home, and I had a nice leisurely pack and all that. And I've been avoiding other responsibilities all day, but I'm half packed on the bed. So when wifey goes to bed, she's going to be like, God damn it. So that's going to be amazing for me.
Man, anyway, I picked up my rental car.
Nice.
I'm driving a Subaru.
Why?
Yeah, baby. Because it's what they had.
Because you told your mom you're a lesbian?
They took one look at him and then were like, yep.
I mean,
All I know is I on the website I said Toyota Corolla or similar, and I showed up. He's like, we have a Subaru Forester or a Subaru Crosstrek. Like, ugh. I looked at the man across the counter and said, the Crosstrek, because at least it's not the standard issue lesbian car.
I mean, at this point, it kind of is.
think the
They're far
Forester's
more
still-
popular than Imprezas.
No, I think the Forester's still like, you know, you come out of a lesbian and you get one in a gift box.
It's
think
the
that's the Forester.
Subaru logo. It doesn't matter. You put that logo on fucking Mike Tyson, lesbian.
Mike Tyson's gonna kill you.
I mean, you've heard him talk, right?
I mean, his speech impediment's gonna kill me.
So we're going to goals. We
Yes.
talked about goals a little
We
bit.
are
last
going to
week,
goals.
So we're not gonna thrash that again this week, but I'm excited.
But we're leaving
I'm
tomorrow,
so
and
pleased.
it's great.
I'm a little peeved because the stickers are just a little ways over the hill, and I can't get them. I'm not waiting till noon to get them tomorrow. So, oh well.
It's
That's
okay.
okay.
We'll have stickers for the challenge completers.
Do we even have challenge completers?
Not yet, because when we get back, one of the things I have to prioritize, which will be after the fire ban gets lifted, unless they extend it. But we did get quite a bit of rain today, at least up where I'm at. So hopefully they didn't. I need to get better shooting footage that's not so flipping windy, and then just need to do the video, the intro part to it, and then throw that out there into the world.
Yeah, we'll have to go out, all three of us, to my range and have multiple camera angles and shit.
Indeed.
Yeah, down inside a bay where it's not fucking, the wind's not blowing off the mountain.
Oh, it still gets windy in that bay.
Oh,
Trust me.
Never mind.
Maybe if we go early enough in the morning where like you get your asses up and out of bed.
You're speaking not my language right now.
Yeah, I know.
Say, don't put that
getting up's
evil on
never
me.
my
Don't put
language,
that
but
evil on me, Ricky Bobby.
No, I also
I get
have
up at
my
5 in the morning for work, and I'm a hunter, which means I get up early whether I like it or not. So, and
I also
believe
have,
me, I don't like it, but it is what it is.
I have mics with dead cats too, so that does help a lot with the wind noise versus just like normal on camera microphone.
Oh, the big fluffy things.
Mhm.
You shove it up their
I
butt.
always wondered what those were for.
Wind and pop.
Chicks.
Pop
Chicks love 'em.
chicks. You want me to pop chicks?
No, I do not want you to pop chicks. So
I don't want to pop chicks. I don't know what
we
we're
actually have
talking
something
about.
to talk about tonight. So we're going to move on to that before we get lost down these winding roads.
What a long road.
So I watched a movie recently, spurred on by my purchase of that M70 AB2. I went back and watched for the first time in about 20 years, Behind Enemy Lines, the original movie, not any of the 15 direct to sequel, direct to video sequels after that, but like, you know, the one I
They have
remember
15 direct to video sequels.
I don't know, but
Starship Troopers only got 2.
Oh no, Starship Troopers has 4.
Oh, okay.
be
Starship Troopers only got 4.
I don't know if it's actually 15, but
Listen.
apparently there's a lot of them. At least 3. So I went back and watched that. I forgot how movies were in the early 2000s in terms of just strange, what would be considered today rather strange editing, randomly throwing contemporary songs over bits of the movie.
Yeah.
So weird. It's like, I forgot this was a thing, apparently. Did some observations on the guns in that movie. The only time an M7 Yugo pattern rifle comes up is during a flashback to a mass killing where, looking on IMFDB, that's from a different movie. They just spliced it in. Other than that, there's a crap ton of VZ58s in that movie. Like a lot of VZ58s. It reminds me of Lord of War, where in Lord of War, there's the scene where he's in Ukraine and he's talking to his uncle, who's the division commander or whatever. They're going over like, how many rifles are in your inventory? It's like 50,000. A 5 looks like a 1 to me. Well, all the AKs in that scene in that big bunker are all VZ-58s. The only AK in that entire scene is the one he's playing with at the end when he monologues.
That was a good scene.
It was a great scene. And you know what? You can't hardly see him, so it's not like it ruins anything. And it's not like it ruins anything having VZ-58s in Yugoslavia, because a few of them made their way down there, but there should have been not nearly so many of them.
Yeah.
The things you don't notice when you're watching a movie and you're 9 years old, 10 years old, whatever.
Well, you also didn't have an AK-tism at that time, or at least
I did. I had the seed of one, ooh, that's the curvy magazine gun. I like that one. I should have bought a VZ-58 when they were like $700. I'm kicking myself over that one.
I only saw this movie one time. I've seen it like
which one?
Back when it came. Did Sam never actually identify?
No. So we've talked about 2 movies.
Okay.
We talked about Lord of War just now.
Yeah, Lord of War is awesome.
Yes.
And we were talking about Behind Enemy Lines.
Yes.
So, I only saw it once when it first came out, like when it came to DVD or whatever.
Like 2002.
Yeah, somewhere in that time frame. And then I saw it again a couple years ago. I was like, oh, this might be worth a rewatch. Okay.
Yeah, that was my opinion. It's like, okay. There's a lot of interesting little bits where it's like Owen Wilson walks up and sits next to a tree and talks at his radio, and 15 minutes later he sits on a pile of sandbags and talks to his radio. And just like, are they supposed to fucking talk on the radio that much? Seems like his ass would get triangulated real fast.
Is fine, comrade. There are TTPs.
But the best part of that movie still, which I think is the only reason that movie sticks in anybody's memory, is the freaking bad guy that got chasing him wearing the knockoff Adidas suit with the sniper rifle. Because that's also the dude. If you've played, go ahead.
Wasn't that like the Olympic uniform for them for that year?
It's from the '84 Sarajevo Olympics.
Yeah.
Which were in Yugoslavia, but current day Bosnia. Which it's one of the Olympic grounds from Sarajevo have popped up in a few movies and in different video games too, because they've been freaking abandoned, and it's just these weird ass fucking concrete structures left. It's the damnedest little thing. That and Grand Theft Auto 4, they just ripped off that whole character from the movie and pasted him into Grand Theft Auto 4.
Yeah.
I never played GTA 4.
Dude, GTA 4 was actually, I enjoyed the story. I enjoyed the game. I loved throwing cars off of high jumps and watching them land upside down on other cars and watching the cars get all crumpled. I really cannot wait for GTA 6 to see how they fuck up car physics again and make it unenjoyable. Because to me, a game needs to be of a solid, like if you've ever played the game Beam NG, that's the game where the car driving graphics are extremely hyper realistic. Like the car detailing is tiny little models, thousands of them. So when you hit a tree, if you hit a tree at 60 miles an hour, it's like your car hit a tree at 60 miles an hour.
You can like Paul Walker.
Yeah, you can if you want
to recreate this scene.
You can.
This fuck. This reminds me of, go ahead.
Oh fuck, I don't even like.
Oh, hang on.
Yeah, so
go ahead.
I don't remember why I started talking about Beam NG and
because the car physics in Grand Theft Auto 5 were
yeah. Like I expect some like a good Grand Theft Auto 6 to me should have some good sort of mix between everything is a undamageable physics rectangle and Beam NG. So like if I'm going 140 miles an hour and I slam into a car, if I T-bone them, it should thoroughly wreck both cars. I
You
think
should die.
you're right. Like there should be some incentive to drive a little more carefully than people do in Grand Theft Auto,
You know how
but it
terrible.
shouldn't like necessarily completely total and disintegrate every single little thing around you. You know what I mean?
You know how
Yeah.
terrible video games would be if you had to follow traffic laws.
Fuck.
Dude,
This reminds me
You were
of
speeding. Damn it.
this reminds me of two other games. One of them I can't remember the name, but it's like Grand Theft Auto. Like it's the same principle, but you're some futuristic cop, and you can pick between one of 3 different vehicle types. And as you get more experience and things, you upgrade the vehicles.
Crackdown.
Yeah, that where same kind of thing. Like you can wreck and shit, and it's not going to be a problem. Or the original Halo Warthog that had the absolute worst driving characteristics ever, and I was so happy when they fixed that and made it not impossible to drive that damn thing in the second game.
But then they gave it a health bar, so it was no longer just an invulnerable tank.
But it was a little more realistic.
It was, but it was also fun being like, hey, I can't blow up the car no matter how hard I drive into things.
Yeah, that's fair.
Anyway, before I get too off track, GatLab asked about the VZ58s any good. The VZ58 is an excellent rifle. I only assuming the ones that are currently being imported are nice solid guns too. Issue with VZ58 is your magazine compatibility is not, they're not cross compatible with AK mags, so you are stuck into a proprietary mag at that point. Other than that, they are what the Czechs have always done. They take, oh, we don't want to adopt your gun. We have a thriving, very successful arms industry in our own country, so we're going to build our own thing, and we'll standardize on your caliber. Other than that, they're great guns. I really regret not buying one. I mean, this is probably 12 years ago. You could buy, I think, a VZ58 with 5 mags for like $750 because they were being imported and nobody knew what to do with the damn things.
And they have the straight underfolder versus the angled underfolder.
Short stroke piston rifle. Mounting optics to them can be a little bit of a trip. But yeah, no, they're cool little guns. I don't know if I'll ever own one just because the price tag on them now is really up there. But
those sure would have been the days.
Oh, I know. Girls going back in the time machine. I'm your granddaughter. Boys going back in the time machine.
Give me a case of Visa.
No, I was going to do a third one, which is like, the boy in the time machine goes back and tells him, like, don't trust the Rockefellers. Us with a time machine. Here's some money. Buy a lot of guns.
Yeah. That's what sucks is we didn't buy this stuff partly because, we didn't know what the future was going to hold, but also we didn't have the money to go buy an entire case of fucking sub $100 per Mosins.
Right.
What were
we were too young.
I would have found the money if I had known they become $600 Mosins.
Oh yeah. I would have just eaten more ramen and drank less whiskey.
Like you're putting honey mustard on dry ramen going, it's for a good cause.
Yeah.
GatLab, only in 7.62, traditionally they do, I believe, Checkpoint imports a 5.56 version, which does very much tickle my fancy. Because I am not somebody who's like, oh god, NATO caliber com block guns bad. Like, nope. No. I like all calibers of all guns.
Also,
except for 7.62 by 50, 7.62 by 39 ARs. That one to me is a bit of a
I'm not a fan of
that.
that.
If you want to, but why?
That's a case of Dr. Ian Malcolm. Your scientists were so preoccupied with whether or not they could, they didn't stop to think if they should.
We need to get that on a sound bite.
We do.
Clip that. I mean, but even the Poles chambered their AKs in 5.56 from the factory and issued them to the military.
Post Warsaw Pact, yeah.
Okay.
So the Tantal, the Poles did kind of what the Czechs did with the Tantal, which is they looked at the AK-74 and went, neato, I guess. we kind of want to do something different. They bumped up to an 18-inch barrel for some reason. The real downside of the Tantal is they went with a wire folding stock for some reason. Like, y'all messed with that one. But no, post-Warsaw pack with the barrel. Ooh. That's a gun I want to own one day. It's going to take a while, especially because they're not imported. They don't import a ton of them. But talk about that rifle does things for me.
I would not hate a barrel.
Yeah, they do things for me.
Mm-hmm.
But they also, again, like they rechambered their PK machine guns in 308. So again, if Zastava can import the M84, then somebody should be able to manufacture a 308 barrel for it, and then just you can get the surplus Polish.
You're expecting too much from the market.
I know I am, but a guy can dream. All right.
This is the year of the FRT. Okay. This is the year of the FRT and the short-barreled firearm. Just like we've had the year of the tactical lever gun, just like we've had the year of the PCC.
I regret the year of the tactical lever gun.
I don't. I think they're cool.
I think that, if it served any practical purpose in my life whatsoever, one of the 4570s from Jurassic World would be in my gun safe. I think they're really cool.
That's my least favorite. Is that
and that's how I knew it was your least favorite, because I think it's really cool and you basically spurn anything I like.
I want that. And
the guide gun is the
I want
guide gun.
I want the 4570, but not in a shiny finish, and I want a 357/38 tactical lever gun.
Yeah. It's each their own. I personally don't. I'm fine with rail on top for lever gun. Oh god, we're going way off rails here tonight again. When they start putting like M-lock rails and everything on them, it no longer is in my Venn diagram of interests.
So a while back, I thought, hey, it would be really, really, really cool to own is a 30-06 AR, and so now I have a 30-06 AR. And I didn't know that it would ever be attainable. But now I'm telling you guys right now on air in public that I think it'd be really, really cool to have a Glock magazine fed lever action 9mm.
Oh, God.
Those exist.
I think that would be really, really cool.
Those exist.
Isn't it kind of, it's like a little pseudo AR looking thing, isn't it?
I think Bond Arms makes one. There's a couple of companies that make them. They came out a few years ago at SHOT Show.
And it would be that much cooler to take that to a competition and run it in PCC and have to every single shot.
Just take it to Cowboy Action.
Well, technically, it's a lever gun,
and I understand your point, Sam. Like, I've got a lever action 30-30 that was my first hunting rifle that was gifted to me at the age of 13. It was a birthday present. Mm-hmm. I would never tactical that gun, but also having lived in California for 4.5 years, I can understand the reason for wanting a lever action with a red dot on top and a light attached to some M-lock and some extra rounds on the side for shit like that.
Yeah, I never said it shouldn't exist. It just doesn't do anything for me. But anyway, speaking of things that shouldn't exist, going back over to the movie now, Mike, I remember you saying something about how the opening scenes of that movie with the SAM launchers really, really tismed you out.
Oh,
having watched it, I think I understand why.
Okay, so for those that have not seen this movie, and basically any Hollywood movie where they shoot SAMs at first of all, the SAMs they shot at Owen Wilson, they didn't go, whoa. They were
me.
SAMs.
Yeah, wait, it's not me. It's a surface-to-air missile.
Yes.
They're not launching me at planes. That would be bad.
Spilling vodka everywhere, like, whoa, where am I going? You're turning too quick. Anyway.
Okay, then.
Sorry, that got off track.
We don't have a track. We're not trains.
Choo choo.
All aboard the what the fuck, motherfucker.
Yeah,
Anyway.
trains are not artism because they only go in one specific place at a time.
Armored trains. Anyway.
Dude, Armored Train from GoldenEye is an entirely different show topic.
Anyway.
So if you've ever watched a Hollywood movie ever where they shoot SAMs at people, unless it's one where they had a Vietnam consultant where they were like, no, they don't do that. If you put that in here, I'll kill you. And they're probably right because they're a Vietnam vet. So anyway, as the airplane's flying along, bear with me. Whee! Okay. That's fine.
Clip that.
So as the airplane's flying along, the SAM gets shot at the airplane, and Hollywood likes to make the airplane duck left, duck right, duck left, and all the while the missile, my little black pencil I chose here, let's try it. Blue pen, you can see it a little bit more. All the while the missile's like chasing the jet around with rocket exhaust coming out behind it. Okay, the major problem with that is that's not what fucking SAMs do. SAMs, when your airplane's flying along straight and level flight or whatever, okay, I'll go wee back again. So you're flying straight and level, and then the SAM gets launched, and it goes and starts guiding towards the airplane, and the airplane's like, oh fuck, and like tries to dodge away from the SAM, and it misses it that way. There's other ways to do it, but the important thing to note is that this missile is going Mach 3 or 4. It depends on the SAM platform. The ones they were shooting at Owen Wilson in that movie, I think, were SA2s or SA3s. I'm not entirely certain. I'm not really well versed on Russian surface-to-air systems. They're basically all updates of the previous version. So, like the 3 is an updated 2, and 7 is an updated. Anyway,
Which
I
is to
digest.
say it's the same missile with new paint.
Right. Better guidance system, better rocket motor. Anyway,
I mean,
so the
no,
major problem
probably not even that. It's probably just the exact same missile with the new coat of paint.
it
Like,
might be.
Now.
So you have missile chasing jet, which is cool, right? Except this missile has a rocket motor coming out of the back of it, and that rocket motor is providing an uncontrollable amount of thrust. So when a missile is fired from an airplane, the missile gets launched off the rail and goes and takes off. That rocket motor in that missile fires for however long it lasts for, and then it's done. That accelerates, like AIM 120 gets accelerated up to like Mach 4 or 5 or something like that, at which point rocket motor runs out and air resistance starts slowing it down. But the fact that if they can control the burn long enough and they can get it going fast enough, they can get a really, 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 really long range out of an air-to-air guided missile. That's kind of what they did with the AIM-54 Phoenix that was loaded on the F-14 Tomcat. That missile had a range of 100 miles. However, that missile was also a non-maneuverable piece of shit. It was designed basically to take out Russian bombers from really, really far away before they even knew what was happening to them. They're terrible in a dogfight. They don't maneuver well. AIM 7s were better, but they required radar lock, and anyway, I'm going way off the rails, no pun intended.
That's what Sam wanted.
So
no, this is exactly the kind of more in-depth nerdtism we were after.
I actually have queued up a clip in DCS that's Digital Combat. I don't know what DCS stands for, but DCS is like War Thunder, basically a combat simulating game.
Nerd.
I know, right?
Although we were just talking about video games a minute ago, so it's okay.
So in DCS, you can fly all sorts of airplanes. I assume it's similar to War Thunder, where you have a researchable tree of tech and whatnot. And, it takes a while. You start off with the biplanes and you end up with the F-16s. Well, I had to explain that in the nerd speak for the public so that you understand what we're looking at. I have queued up a video of an F-16 in DCS getting shot at by SAMs, and it's from the point of view is from the cockpit, but you can kind of understand the maneuvering, the dodging, and the holy fuck factor that goes into avoiding these things. Like, it seems like every single one is going to kill you until it doesn't. And Hollywood took exceptional, like, dude, okay, that's one of my biggest pet peeves about Hollywoods and their goddamn SAMs. And it's not they come after you like ex-girlfriends. They really do. They're like, no, take me back, and you're punching off chaff and flare, and you're like, no, get away from me, bitch, fuck off. And she's like, no, Sam, I love you. Wait, I'm Sam, I love you. And you're like, fuck off. And so yeah, that's not what SAMs do. Normal SAMs will miss you and then fuck off into eternity.
And then go crash into somebody's house.
Right.
This is going to tie back into the video game thing, but I have a hot take.
I bet you do.
For shooting games, I much prefer first-person shooters. So like Gears of War, I couldn't stand because it was all third person.
Mm-hmm.
But
enjoyable game, great storyline, but tough to enjoy behind the eye of the.
Yes, I don't want to be the drone following the dude. I want to be the dude. But for flying games and driving games, so like I had on the original PlayStation, there was a Top Gun themed video game that I played. And you could choose first person or third person for the plane as you were piloting it. And I couldn't stand the first person view from the cockpit, which is why I knew I never wanted to be a pilot. I had to do third person.
I always loved the in-person cockpit view. In fact, I hooked Flight Simulator 2020. I hooked up my MetaQuest 2. I hooked it up to my computer and then put the headset on and played Flight Simulator. And I was like flying around in a de Havilland Beaver. And I could reach out and like touch the controls and move things about, and I could look out the window and that's really cool. I used that thing to go fly helicopters and like land a helicopter on top of Pikes Peak. I almost lost a helicopter. Like I did something with the collective and it started spinning uncontrollably. And I was like, fuck. That was all in VR. It was. Like,
I could see VR making it better. And I've done flight simulators before. I even went to the Space Center once as a kid on a field trip or something, and they had a flight simulator there for landing the space shuttle. I did not land successfully.
I've always wanted to see if I can land that one successfully. That's a tough one to do because you're basically flying a brick.
Yeah, it's worse than the lawn dart.
You have to manage your descent rate and your airspeed to a point where
and like your pitch.
Yeah. Like there's a perfect sweet spot the whole way down. And if you mess it up, you're basically killing 7 people. But anyway, I have a clip spooled up. So I probably should have clicked share screen long before any of this moment happened, but let's do it now. So I'm gonna do. All right. So we are in the cockpit of the F-16. That's its stick on the right. Down. You can see the SAM coming up from his about 2 o'clock right here. This smoke trail, and see how it's coming towards him. He's diving. It just missed him just underneath. The second one's coming up, and now he's trying to cut left to get away from it. And that one looks like it's coming right for his head. And here's number 3. That's what dodging SAMs in. Oh, there's 4. I didn't even see the 4th one the last time. God damn. Like the 4th one would have got me, guys.
The 5th one should have been the bomb that it dropped on the launcher.
Yes. And if he's doing a Wild Weasel mission, then that would make total sense because that's their job, is to go out there and get shot at by SAMs and drop the bomb on the radar van.
So you're
questions.
saying that the Sam does not trail you around for 15 minutes?
No, it is not a needy ex-girlfriend that's like, take me back, take me back. It doesn't just like shrug off chaff and flares, although modern missiles apparently, if you're playing War Thunder, shrug off chaff and flares anyway. But unless you're
It's
my
more-
missiles.
It's more like a cougar. Comes right at you.
I mean, given the age of these things, you're definitely right. It's like, hey, I wish we had Vince right now. Like, hey, take me back.
So I looked it up. It's not. It's a Strela 10. So it's a mobile launcher using an infrared guided missile. In the movie, at least.
But still, like,
Oh no, still same thing. But it's like, yeah, I decided I'd go look it up. What
okay,
what
so
exactly it
god
was.
damn it, that's a different rabbit hole. Okay, so
Well, there's IO, there's IR, and then there's heat, or not heat. IO, IR. What's the third one?
radar.
Yes, radar. Thank you.
So most SAMs are radar guided. A lot of the SAM batteries designed by the Soviet Union and Russia are batteries of 6 to 8 individual missile launchers, sometimes with multiple missiles on each launcher, and they're arrayed in like a hexagonal or octagonal
EO.
pattern around the EO, electrical optical.
Yeah.
They're arrayed around a single control radar van, and the radar van controls all of the missiles in the battery, but the radar van like sends its signal out, and it's like, ooh, foreign aircraft detected, and the guys in the van are like, can we do it, can we do it, can we do it? And then command tells them, yes, it's enemy aircraft, fire, comrade, fire. So they push the button, it goes, and then it blows up the third helicopter from the Peacemaker. But that's how. So the Wild Weasel mission that I mentioned earlier, that stemmed about from World War Vietnam, where the I don't remember which aircraft we started it with. The
What
earliest
timeline
I
is
know
this?
of for sure, Vietnam. I know for sure the Wild Weasels were involved F4s. I don't know if there was an aircraft before that, but what they would do, the A6 intruders did Wild Weasel stuff. The F4s did it. We have dedicated F-16 units to Wild Weasel missions currently. The point of which is they carry a missile called the AGM-84. It's either 84 or 88. God, I never actually loaded these things. So,
AGM-88 harm.
yes, thank you. The 84 is the anti-ship weapon that they fire from. So yeah, the AGM-88 harm, high-speed anti-radiation missile. And what they do is they go up there, they make themselves a big-ass fat target, and they say, shoot at me, shoot at me. And then the dumb Russian operator goes, look, big dumb American F-18, ha, 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 and shoots at the big dumb American F-18, not knowing it's actually an EF-18 with the harm loaded on it. And the EF-18's like, ha, ha, you dumbass, and like jams the missile, does a bunch of maneuvers like I just showed you, and shoots a harm directly at the radar van. And a lot of times, like most times, the harm is smart enough to remember exactly where the radar van is, because that's what most radar van guys would do to defeat the radar missile. Because the early ones, the early missiles, the Shrikes, if you turned the radar off, the Shrike lost its signal because it would home directly in on the radar and blow up the van. Well, the harm was updated, so it remembers exactly where the van was. So even if they shut it off, the harm's like, haha, motherfucker. And so you take out the van, you take out the entire SAM battery. So you get the Wild Weasels, you go in and they take out the SAM radar vans, blow those all up, and suddenly you have a clear airspace corridor through to your target you can send your strike package through. Holy fuck, I'm an airplane autist. I just realized this. God.
He's perfect.
Who the fuck put a quarter in me?
It's time for somebody else to spend 15 minutes besides me just prattling on.
I appreciate the platform. I don't know who let me have it, but I appreciate it.
My favorite part about the Wild Weasels is their I don't know if it's an official slogan or not, but the YGBSM. You gotta be shitting me.
Yep. So going back to, I went down another rabbit hole, but going back to the launcher Sam showed earlier, the ones that we're shooting at wow in Enemy
Wow.
8.
Wow, we're being painted.
Those were infrared guided SAMs, and I said in a signal chat to Sam, there are no IR SAMs. Man pads don't count. And like even those stupid little tank mounted launchers, like a real SAM is radar guided, comrade. But in any case, yes, they were shooting IR guided SAMs at Owen Wilson, but they were shooting them at unrealistic ranges, like a true IR guided missile, like the AIM-9 LM series. They have a realistic range of about 2 miles. Like if you're behind an enemy and you fire that missile and you're both going 600 knots, the AIM-9 will maybe make it about 2 miles before it gets back. The airspeed drags it back down to 600 knots, and without thrust, it starts slowing down to going slower than the enemy fighter. Well, IR guided SAMs are no different. If you look at the size of the tubes on the size of the launcher, compared to like an SA-7 surface to air missile battery, the SA-7 rockets are
the size of a
35. Yeah, they're like 35 feet long, size of a telephone pole. I don't know exact dimensions, but they're big motherfuckers. The ones that Sam portrayed on the screen was a light tank tread mounted launcher with twin launchers on each side, each of which were about 10 feet long. They look like they would hold the equivalent of an AIM-9X.
It's a tall fence post.
Yes.
Basically.
So realistically, those things have a max range from the ground to the air of 2 miles, and that's 2 miles of travel time. Like the jet's over here 2 miles away, the missile goes up this way, and the jet's like, fuck off, and just leaves. Not to mention flares actually would countermeasure an IR guided SAM fairly well.
So I looked up some stats on it real quick. Yeah, max speed is near Mach 2. Engagement range is 800 to 500 or 5,000 meters, so 0.3 to roughly 3 miles.
Mm-hmm.
But no, missiles.
Not bad stats for off the top of my fucking head, huh?
No. Also, remember our buddy Degtyarev? We talked about him a few episodes ago. Degtyarev plant is who makes the Strela 10.
Oh,
or at least, yeah,
nice.
no, they're still produced today because, of course, they are.
So to be clear, Strela 10 is the missile launcher that he was talking about. And I could not remember the name of it because I'm not like ground vehicles were never my tism. I love ground vehicles. They're cool as fuck.
Oh,
like
Strela 10's the missile. The
wait. We need to have a debate right now. Did you just say missile?
Missile. I don't care. I'm not French. It's the vehicle it's on is the MTLB, which is again still produced until today, but it's a 70s armored personnel carrier type dealio, kind of like an M113, or in that same vein,
like a light tank frame with 2 AIM-9 launchers on it.
Yeah, because it's not supposed to be getting shot at by other things that are on the ground, just stuff.
Right. It's to me, in my knowledge of how the battlefield space is supposed to work, those particular launchers would be used in some sort of like, I mean, yeah, they could be used for what they were used for in the movie, but to me, they'd be used to defend your convoy against helicopters or
riding along with tanks.
Right. Or like, oh no, there's an A-10. A-10's light convoys. That's not ideal. However, our convoy packs a punch. This little guy. And the A-10's like, well, I have like 9,000 flares, so fuck off that little guy. But anyway, that's to me.
Oh, and I can also fly and land with only one fucking wing.
No, how many wings do you really need?
The woman that did that proved that you only need one tail, one engine, one wing, and 0 balls to land an aircraft like that. Anyway.
Well,
if you don't know what I'm talking about, look it up.
My favorite bit of comm block anti-air is not a missile, it's the Shilka. The ZSU-23 Shilka. Which is basically, let's put a quad, I don't remember if it's 40 millimeter.
It's 23 millimeter. That's why it says ZSU-23.
One of those. Oh yeah, fair enough. Let's put one of those in a tank chassis with a big radar on it.
Those I've always thought were, those are really cool too, man. range of about 2 miles. So you get this gun locked onto you from 2 miles, and it's radar guided. So once the gun locks onto you, if you continue on your current path, you are fucked. You have to like duck, dodge, dip, dive, and dodge. And even then, you're probably still fucked. You do not want to get within range of those things.
I mean, that's why they put M2s on the top of Shermans in World War II. It was
Yeah.
supposed to be an anti-aircraft gun.
It just turns out if you point them at the ground, they work really well too.
Yeah.
Yeah. And they work really well as anti-aircraft in War Thunder too. Like, I don't do ground battles often, but you know, you see you're going through and you've got like 10 or 12 tanks on your team, or maybe up to 16, it depends. And you're looking around and there's one guy, and usually the idiot in the airplane is me, and he's running along, he's just bombing at will, and everybody's like, oh my god, an airplane, not realizing that they all have 50s on their tanks, and they could just like point them at the sky and go ponka 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 as he's coming down, and at least defend yourself.
Well, that's one of the funny things about anti-air theory when it comes to, at least my understanding of it, when it comes to tanks and ground vehicles, is you're not necessarily even concerned about landing a kill on an aircraft. You just want to make the pilot reconsider if this is a great idea. There's a little manual. I forget the exact number on it, but there's a manual the U.S. Army put out, which is it's about using ground fire to deter air attack. And it talks about, even it's down to small arms, because it was written back, I believe, in the 50s or 60s. So that probably back in the 50s even. But the point in that manual being, you're not really worried about killing the pilot, because you're not going to really do that. You just want to make the pilot go, I want to live today.
Never mind.
This really only works because of tracers, though. Let's be honest. If there were no tracers in that belt, this would not work. You're not going to see the bullet. You're not going to hear the bullet unless it hits your aircraft.
And then suddenly, chunk, you've got holes in your. Oh, what the hell was that?
Speaking of hitting aircraft,
would you rather have the tracers coming at you and see it coming, or would you rather not have any idea you're getting shot at?
I want the tracers. I want to know I'm being shot at.
Yes, and as a pilot, I absolutely do, because a 50 caliber bullet going through, say, a fighter jet, it's probably not going to kill you, and it's going to give you a little bit more warning, versus if I don't know I'm getting shot at, and that gunner is figuring out a better aiming solution while I don't know they're shooting at me. No, thank you.
So anyway, going back, what is the mechanism that a surface-to-air missile uses to actually take down the plane? Because in that movie, two things happen. One, the nose of the Strela 10 pops off and shoots out this random weird shotgun effect, which shreds the wing on the F-18. And then it somehow devolves into a fireball that comes up behind it and engulfs the plane. I'm not kidding. That's what happened.
Okay. So, I don't remember what system it is, because there's like
just
12 or 13 of them at this point, and I can't.
It's mostly the shotgun effect. I was like, wait a minute.
Well, that's what flak guns were.
So, what your question is that a thing? Is that okay? So, Malaysian Airlines Flight 17. During the conflict with Ukraine and Russia in 2014, I believe, MH17 was flying from somewhere to somewhere else directly over Ukraine, and a Russian surface-to-air system accidentally locked onto them and fired on them, thinking they were an enemy combatant. Unfortunately, they were an Airbus, and the missile went up, went directly in front of the, like, if you're from the pilot's perspective, it went to his top left, like his 10 o'clock high vision perspective, about 20 yards away, and detonated. That detonation caused a shotgun shrapnel effect, which killed both pilots instantly, we're hoping. Shredded most of the front, like quarter of the fuselage to the point that the front of the fuselage fell off the airplane, and the rest of the aircraft plummeted from the sky, disintegrating as it fell because it was moving so fast. And it can't, aircraft don't like being turned sideways at 600 knots. So to answer your question, is the shotgun effect from a surface-to-air missile viable? Yes, that's exactly what they're meant to do. They're meant to get close and detonate.
But that's from the warhead detonating, not from actually like a direct like forward blast.
I'm sorry if I was unclear. The missile used to down MH17 was designed with a shotgun blast scatter pattern
like
in mind.
Coming out the nose.
Correct.
Okay.
Not like coming out the nose like Enemy at the Gates had it, but kind of in a funnel pattern.
Okay.
Claymore-esque.
Yes. The idea being it gets in front of the aircraft and it throws a whole bunch of shrapnel in the way and it takes out something hopefully important.
But from the front, not from the back.
Right, from the front. That's how SAMs work. They want to get in front of like the guidance of the missile. It doesn't want to get behind the airplane and try to blow it up from behind like in movies. It wants to get in front of the airplane and detonate and spread. Like modern aircraft, none of them are armored except for things like the Su-25, the A-10, stuff like that. So throwing this crap, this supersonic projectile storm directly in front of one of these aircraft that are possibly going supersonic could literally shred them to pieces. So that's why in the video we watched, you can see him trying to duck, dodge, dip, dive, and dodge away from the SAMs as they're getting fired at him from his 2 o'clock low, because they're trying to get in front of him to detonate, and he's trying to like force them behind him. That's why that one came so close and almost looked like it was going to take his eye out. And honestly, I don't know enough about the missiles to know that if they have a proximity detonator that would have set them off, or if they have to get in front and do their job that way. But it's not like, I mean, but that's also in the movie, we're also talking about a completely fucking different type of missile, because the missile used in the movie was an IR short range missile, and the one used to down MH17 was a medium range anti-aircraft missile, radar guided. So
that tells me what we might not be entirely realistic, but the directional part was. That's what I was more wondering. Thinking, wait a minute, that looks really Hollywooded up, which I'm sure it was Hollywooded up to a point. But
now the AIM-9 Sidewinder, that's the short range infrared missile that we have, the air-to-air missile. It's got a proximity warhead, and the idea behind that one being, it finds you straight up the tailpipe if you have the good enough shot, because that's your hottest part. It's a infrared seeker. It seeks out the hottest part of the airplane. And so the idea being, it went up the tailpipe. It senses the proximity in the tailpipe and detonates that way, instead of going all the way up the engine and possibly not. Because if it's in the hole and then blows up, it's kind of like closing your hand around a firecracker, rather than like going all the way up the hole and possibly getting snuffed out. Hope that made sense. But that proximity detonator works within a short range, and so if the target aircraft breaks left or right, whatever, and that missile comes close enough, it's still going to detonate in proximity, and those shards could still potentially damage the aircraft fatally. And even if it doesn't, it might damage the aircraft to the point that it puts the aircraft out of the fight. So yeah, proximity detonators are a thing. The shoot it out like shotgun, that is fucking false. But look up an animation of how the missile that took down MH17 works sometime, and you'll have a little better understanding of that.
You talked about tailpipes and things going up them way too much for my taste.
If you guys haven't seen it, sorry, you mentioned an animation. There is a animated or CGI video of how our ICBMs, our nuclear ICBMs work.
Oh yeah,
Where-
yeah. I've seen
Yeah.
this.
If you haven't seen that and you want to know how our nukes actually work, go watch that because it's kind of cool. Because you get the rocket launches up, the stages separate, the PBV, the post boost vehicle, will come off, the shroud comes off, and so the warheads are exposed. It orients it to itself in orbit, and then it doesn't actually thrust the warheads down. They just use gravity. This is all open source bullshit, again, from the animation that's on YouTube that you can find. And it will just go,
Animaniacs.
it'll just go, okay, well, I'm in the right position to release this warhead to hit this target. So it'll release the warhead. There are two nozzles on the back that, again, they don't thrust, but what they do is they spin the warhead like a rifle bullet as it's coming through the atmosphere. So they don't eject like thrust. They go in opposite directions just to spin the thing. And then it lands on target.
There's 3 of them in the Minuteman 3, right?
It
Probably. At least the ones I've seen have 3 in them. Anyway,
the animation shows 3.
yeah,
I've never
that's what I've
known-
seen pictures of. It's like, oh,
ICBMs have never been my tism either.
The old Peacekeeper could hold up to 10 warheads on the post boost vehicle, and it was cold launched, not hot launched. So like the engine isn't the thing that got it out of the hole. It was a giant explosion of CO2 underneath it to push it out of the hole, and then the engine started once it cleared the hole.
it's the world's best, worst BB gun.
So fun story. Do you know why the Peacekeeper, if you guys don't know, the Peacekeeper was a intercontinental ballistic missile we had during the Cold War that no longer exists, sadly. Do you know why it was called the Peacekeeper?
Because you don't want to start a fight with one because it'll
No.
just fuck up your whole country.
Because originally it was called the Peacemaker. But then in a speech, John F. Kennedy accidentally called it the Peacekeeper. So they changed the name so the president wouldn't be wrong.
Oh man, some poor guy is like, fuck, this is my job? Yeah, that's your job. You damn it. I joined the Air Force to do cool shit. Now I gotta retype all this.
We're Animaniacs.
Oh, what was I gonna? Oh, okay. So to circle it back around before we start wrapping up, because I totally forgot one of the things I was gonna do. Things you don't notice watching that particular movie, Behind Enemy Lines, when you're 9 years old and you don't know anything, is that so? Movie takes place in Bosnia, sometime during the Yugoslav wars. It doesn't say exactly when. I actually know it's post. It's got to be post whenever Castaway came out, because Owen Wilson screams Wilson after the football that goes in the ocean, which I thought was funny as hell.
Wasn't that Tom Hanks?
Castaway is Tom Hanks, yes, but Castaway came out in 2000. Behind Enemy Lines came out in 2001, and when the football at the beginning that they launched with the catapult goes in the ocean, he yells Wilson, which, considering the guy's name is Wilson, I thought was pretty damn funny. And somebody in the making of that movie was like, we can't do that. It's too obvious, and I'm glad it made it in.
Hey, fourth wall breaks without making an intentional fourth wall break, when they're done right, they're chef's kiss.
Anytime Ryan Reynolds breaks the fourth wall,
that's also valid.
But
anytime.
interesting little tidbit that I noticed that's not in your face at all in the movie. You got to be looking for it. So here is main bad guy, whatever. But his little arm patch down here on his right sleeve, that is the unit patch, I would say, of a group called Arkan's Tigers, who were the Serbian Volunteer Guard, if I'm remembering it off the top of my head. Here's the exact same patch. I'm assuming this one's a recreation, not an original. And seeing that pop up is just a little like, oh, so the bad guys portrayed in this movie are specifically supposed to be Arkan's Tigers, which is spot on, because one thing that the Serbian Volunteer Guard, I'm going to say Arkan's Tigers because I can't remember the exact name off the top of my head. Yeah, they went into various areas and did little ethnic cleansing operations. So it's like, oh, that's pretty much spot on. Got it. I may want to do a freaking TISM episode on that at some point because they're interesting bunch. I'm not going to try and pronounce the name. Arkin is basically his name that he went under. The dude was a wacko.
Let's talk about his asylum.
Oh, that's Gotham City, not Sarajevo. Anyway, starts off life as a
same.
Starts off life in the as a fuck up. I think his dad tried to throw him in the Air Force. He quit the Air Force and then went around Europe committing bank robberies. Like the entirety of Europe, not just Yugoslavia or the Balkans, like went around the entirety of Europe committing bank robberies and escaping from prisons until he had to go back to Yugoslavia so he wouldn't get extradited. Ends up doing the whole war crime thing, tries to become a politician, marries a pop star, and then gets assassinated before he can go on trial for war crimes.
Huh.
It's just like, okay.
That's like the guy that did everything in his power to make sure that he committed Slewer Slide and still lived through all of it. Also, Dooley says, let's talk about the year without Christmas lights because we were making proximity fuses. I didn't want to get into it because reasons, but yes, that was the idea. Is the thing doesn't have to hit you. It just has to get close enough to explode and have splody bits hit you.
Mm-hmm. Yes. Dooley missed an entire episode of me tisming out, but that's okay because he's about to...
It's going to be recorded on Rumble and YouTube, and you can go download it where, Sam?
Where?
Like that transition?
Wow. Wherever fine podcasts are found. That's a really lame answer. Also, firearmsradio.net. GoFRN.com/AK-47 radio. I think that's it off the top of my head. The Firearms Radio Network has been undergoing a lot of changes recently. Sean Heron over here has just been a busy little man. We now have freaking host stats coming out the wazoo right now. And I just got to say, if you are one of the apparently 9 downloads that we have in Hong Kong,
ni hao.
Hide your shit under the floorboards, man. That's all I got to say.
You know what? The Chinese got a right to like their AKs too, man.
No, they do. It's like, well, Hong Kong, there's a couple downloads in coming out of Russia for some reason. Again, I'm wondering how many of these
they also like AKs.
They better. They're kind of obsessed with it.
What if we became the world's largest AK-related podcast?
The thing is, we actually might be.
Yeah, I was going to say, far as I know,
I had no issue.
The only one.
I had no issue putting the Best Damn AK podcast around on some of our stickers because, as far as I know, this is about it. It's as good as it gets, folks.
It's all right.
Yeah, that's what she said too. It's all right.
We don't have any comments or mail, I assume. I don't actually know. We didn't talk about it.
No, we do not. But if you are going to be at Goals in Des Moines, Iowa, here coming up in the next few days, we will be there. I will be there at least part of the day Saturday. I think these two jokers will be hanging around longer. If you don't know what we look like, go over to Rumble or YouTube and find out. Our faces are plastered over there. And then you get to do Where's Waldo?
Good luck finding me. I'll be wearing camouflage.
Or you can go ahead. If you're going to be at Goals, go over to AK47radio.net. You will find multiple links to join our Discord server. And then if you're at Goals, you can say, hey, I'm over here by the High Point booth. And we'll know where to avoid.
You said you were coming. Yeah,
Yeah, and you said it was too, so I left.
Yeah, no, you said the High Point booth, right? Oh, my bad. I thought you meant PTR booth. I went and played with those for a while.
But seriously, if you guys see us and recognize us, stop us, say hi. We'd love to chat for a bit. Maybe get a card or a sticker.
Stonkers. Or a patch.
I don't have any stickers. Cool. I have like 3 patches, but yeah.
I've got the patches and the stickers that we have sitting on my kitchen table ready to get packed. So
I like the add-on, the stickers that we have.
The other ones.
This is like No, we have cheeseburgers.
I'm
at home. The
99%.
cheeseburgers we have at home.
I'm 99% mad at myself for not getting them ordered faster because there was a couple hiccups on the way. Printer ran out of ink. Design had to be reworked. I was like, dude, send them expedited shipping. No. Tracking says they'll be there Monday. And then somewhere between here and Pennsylvania, the USPS went, here's a package. Should we put it on the truck? Yeah, we'll get it tomorrow. They're in Denver.
This is so. I will
Go
share.
get them on your way. Just be like, excuse me.
What, rob
Excuse
the
me.
rob
Can
the
I
mail
have my
truck?
package, please? Yes. It's not robbing if it rightfully belongs to you, is it?
I don't think the government will see it that way.
You're only
Yeah,
taking
probably
what's
not.
yours.
Excuse me, Judge. It was my property.
Like, I'm not
It's not
seeing
your-
a legal argument against this.
It's not your property until the government gives it to you.
Yeah.
Okay, now you're making me want to fight this even harder. We should probably knock this shit off. If you want to see a pretty decent movie that does well with avoiding Sam's, the old movie Flight of the Intruder. It is about A6 intruders in Vietnam. It was based on a book written by Stephen Kuntz, who was an intruder bomber navigator in Vietnam. So he wrote the book kind of based on his experiences. But they do a wild weasel mission and they get Sam shot at him from about 1,000 feet up. And there's one coming up and it's like coming straight at him. And he just like rolls it upside down and dives. And Sam goes like, that's a legit way to dodge the Sams.
And I go,
Wait till the
saying-
last fucking minute and duck underneath them.
So you're saying he was inverted?
those inverted.
Bullshit.
All right. Well,
No, he was, man. It was a really good move.
That'll do us for tonight. If you liked that kind of episode, let us know. There's a comment box over at AK47radio.com or join the Discord. Let us know what you thought, because quite frankly, we are reaching the point where we think we want to start doing more dumb, long episodes like this, where we just talk about something we love.
I hate
Instead
to
of
break
trying-
it to you. He's about to let me loose on the MiG-21.
As long as the MiG-21, but as long as you leave the Su-34 alone.
I like the Su-34.
Only because the front end of it looks like a damn goose.
Dude, it's such a workhorse. It's like the Strike Eagle that I worked on, but it carries bombs in
But
such
lighter.
weird places. Yeah, and like, why would you put a bomb rack there? Because, comrade, bomb rack go
It's flat
everywhere.
surface.
So Mike, I have a Su-35 story to tell you while we're at goals,
Ooh.
Okay,
or while we're driving to goals.
I can't wait to hear it.
All right, so that'll do us. Leave us a review. We like reviews. And since we have stickers inbound, if you leave us a review and you send in a comment thingamajiggy on AK47radio.net or shoot us a message in Discord, I will send you stickers, which you can
Sticker read.
sell for a lot of money because they're like Pokemon cards. Just kidding. Don't do that. That's a bad idea.
No, these are they're like NFTs, except they're absolutely funded tokens.
Fungible.
Yeah, they are fungible tokens. All right. That'll do it. Get out there, serve your party with pride. Take your arms and gear out in the field. Get some medical training so you don't die, because if you die, you suck. Good night.
Those were the
Okay,
only
Dave. Her
comments.
name was Sue. She was 35, developed a cocaine habit. Dave,
No.
we're done. We're not talking about ex-girlfriends right now, man.
No, he's talking about one of my ex-girlfriends, and she wasn't 35, she was 3'5". Got it wrong.
Okay, I'm not even going there. Good night.
She like when I call